Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are good. Guys, today we're going to be reacting to Chaliki takes on Leftist teacher. Guys, let's go right to this.
Hi. So I just wanted to know what your take was on, you said with education to fire the bad teachers. What's your definition of bad teachers?
Great question. So how many people here think you've had at least one teacher that deserves to be fired? Everyone raise their hand. Always. So the question is, how do you find them, right? So I got this question asked a lot. Here's the interesting thing. So when President Obama was running for president in 2008, one of his big things, he said it over 40 times, was that we need to have a system that rewards good teachers and fires bad ones. But the question is always, how do you find the bad ones? So is it test scores? Probably not. Is it, peer evaluation? The best metric is you have teachers grade teachers and you have parental input. Here's the thing. You know the really, really bad teachers. Those have got to go. I had teachers earning $150,000 a year, barely showing up for class, teaching gym, doing nothing, being completely lazy. They're a drain on the school budget. They're a drain on the local community, and they should be fired instantaneously. The problem is, under current teacher tenure laws in certain states, in most states, they are protected by contracts designed by teacher unions that make it nearly impossible to fire bad teachers. If they're not productive, they don't put time in. So I would support reform and a system that allows really good teachers. Here's the thing. Some teachers, this might be a surprise to some of my liberal counterparts, so I had public school teachers that changed my life, that did unbelievable amount of work. They got in at 6 a.m. every day. They worked their tail off. Then I had teachers that would take half the year off. They just didn't care. They were bratty. They thought it was horrible. And yet the one that didn't put in as much effort was earning more than the person that was just there. That is not the way that we should reward, I believe, teachers in this country. Teachers are modern day heroes. I'm very, very pro-teacher, very anti-teacher union. So I think that's the big distinction. So.
What about professors?
Yeah. Professors?
Yeah, like college, at the college level.
I believe this similar thing. I think that we currently have a system that rewards professors that want to write their book and sell it back to their class. I think that's it's a fair point. It's also rewards professors that do most studying and not actually engaging with their current class. Here's the problem: is that most college freshmen are taught by TAs, teachers' assistants. So they're getting something. They're paying for something they're not even getting. I think measuring value in a professor should be different than that of a teacher, but here's the big difference, is that public school teachers in K through 12 education have to be held to a different standard than professors. It just has to be. There's more K through 12 teachers than there are professors, a lot more, almost 10-to-1 ratio.
Okay, but with the whole point on the TAs, they're usually doctoral students.
Yes.
That are turning into professors. So why is that a problem? How are the TAs supposed to
Because when you start to have class sizes that are 500 people and plus, when you have TAs that are not yet masters on the subject that you're paying a pretty penny on, that deserves question. Because you are going to college to learn from subject matter experts in an environment where you can dive deep into that particular topic, so on and so forth. So if I'm paying, or I'm being forced to pay, $800 for this sociology class or human studies class, and I'm getting taught by a TA with 800 people in a lecture hall this big, that there's something I think wrong with that. I think because you're paying a pretty penny for something that is then, very, I would say, inadequate.
Okay, so guys, first off, I'm going to start with teachers before I get to the professor level. So you see, the thing with teachers here, I feel like they are really bad teachers in this world because I could relate, or I can relate actually. I mean, way back secondary school, just 1 to just 3, in fact, there was a subject we studied at the time, social studies. Now, there was this teacher, she would come to class, and she always leaves very early. Then when we got to JS2, when she comes to class, she now maybe stays 10 minutes. You're meant to be in that class with us for maybe an hour, 2 periods. And then she'll come to class, she'll stay 10 minutes, then she'll ask, do you guys want me to go? Or she'll ask and then there are many lazy students. I mean, there were many lazy students in my class. So people were like, oh, you can go, ma, you're free to go. And she was doing it like that every single time. And us that complained, oh, ma, you've not really taught us. And then she's like, oh, but they said I should go, so I'll go. So it's not like we're not being like, it's just like, oh, you pay for something, but you're not getting the service. So like at that time, we're really pissed because when the exams come, things you haven't taught us, things we haven't been briefed on, we just see the questions there and don't even know what to write. It was really frustrating. I mean, and then there are so many teachers that do these things, and it's not just healthy because the children are just wasting their money. And when it comes to college, professors, I mean, yeah, by level 100, there was this course I was doing, and then for like half of the semester, the lecturer kept sending in a TA, and it was really bad because when I knew it was bad, at first I was just okay, fine, you've been taught by this woman, you know what you're doing. But then there was a particular time, there was a particular course, like a topic he taught us, and then okay, we got it fine. It was a bit complicated, but it was okay. When she came in and she briefed us on that topic, I mean, just briefing, it was so different from what he said. And I had to ask, ma, please, this is what Benjamin taught us. So, like, she was like, oh, I'm not sure he did that. So imagine she didn't brief us on that, and then that question came out in the exams. We would have written down what he taught us, knowing fully well, not knowing that it's actually wrong. And this is the problem. I feel like when you have like students like that, because they're coming to learn from you and you are being paid to do your work. So I feel you should actually like teach. When it comes, okay, it can be that you come in with your TA and then maybe you sit there while the TA is, lecturing us. So if any mistake, you tend to correct it. Now, this is many problems that a lot of like people face right now. So I feel like we should be getting what we paid for. Now, I won't blame people for saying college is a scam when things like this are, rampant in a lot of colleges. But guys, tell me what you think about this. Don't forget to also like, subscribe to my channel. Love you guys.